Oh wait, who? Saturn.
Stalin. No, Stalin.
Oh, Stalin.
Because
Saturn.
we gotta go
Saturn
chronological.
was so old. He did like
Yes, Saturn was so
very
old.
decrepit when we saw him.
Oh yeah. We'll, we'll get to the state he was in, but we have to tell the story what his hardships that he's been through, because what's it called? After Stalin died, he went from Stalin's personal palace to the Moscow Zoo, and there he lived he lived a very interesting life. He had a wife for a while, you know, because apparently that's what they do at zoos. They find you.
They get a girlfriend.
Yeah, they got him a girlfriend. I forgot what the girlfriend's name is. Just like humans. We tend to not remember the female animals as much as the male animals. It's a little, what we call there is a little anti-woke joke. Thank you very much. Fuck. I lost my train of thoughts. So yeah, they stuck him in the zoo. They got him a little wifey for a while, and he was a little happy alligator. And once again, just like all love stories, that love story once again ends with a death, and it ends with the death of his poor wifey. This fucking alligator can't get a break. His first beloved Hitler dies. His second beloved Stalin falls to the ground and ceases to be. And his third, and probably his one true love, the alligator, female, name, not remembered, dies. And after that, Saturn decides, I think it's about enough. And he decides to stop eating for like 2 years, which apparently an alligator can do. And then after 2 years of this deep depression, a suicide attempt that took about 720 days, he suddenly decides, you know what? I'm not that depressed anymore. You know what? Maybe I'll have another nibble. Maybe I'll have a little bit. And he starts having himself a little meal again. And all is good in the alligator kingdom. Until somebody at the petting zoo was looking at Saturn, and he was like, yo, how come you're not doing anything? Why the fuck you not doing shit? And then he throws like a fucking bottle at Saturn. And then Saturn's like, what the fuck you doing? Why you being such a dick? And the guys go, what the fuck you call me? Did you just call me a dick? And then he goes and grabs a piece of concrete, because apparently they just have pieces of concrete lying around. He just throws it. And he smashes Saturn.
Yeah.
But guess what? Saturn might have a broken body, but his spirit kept going. And he healed himself after a lot of difficulty, and I believe he did stop eating for a while, so I believe he did try to kill himself too after that incident. There was also another incident where the roof collapsed in his what's it called? His area. The roof just like went. And just luckily enough, Saturn happened to be underneath a rock, like underneath the exhibit rock, so he was protected from the shit. Kind of like how, like in an earthquake, you're supposed to get yourself under like a sturdy object, so you create what they call the triangle of. I'm gonna use random things on my table. It's like pretend that this is a sturdy object. And this is a load-bearing wall. And this microphone is my head. Boom! Oh no, actually that hit the microphone, so I'm dead. But, boom, pretend I'm a much smaller person. Survival. That's your triangle of survival. Saturn was in that triangle of survival, and that is how I got off so lucky. But the final thing that happens to torture this poor animal's life is right around the all of this that happened before the 80s. But right around the time 1991 rolls by, Saturn gets another fucking shock of his life. Because 1991, guess what year that is? Guess why that year is an important year for Russians?
What year? What year?
1991.
Collapse of the Soviet Union.
Very good, ma'am. Very good.
Thank you.
You get yourself a gold star. Put it up on the board there.
Why, thank you.
But yes, the collapse of the Soviet Union. So what does that mean? That means that right around this time, I believe, I can't remember. Fuck it. But there's a point in time where suddenly a bunch of Russian tanks starts rolling down the fucking thing, and they start rolling right by the Moscow Zoo, and the poor Saturn, this poor alligator who lived his whole life
Dancing to Saturn's story.
starts going like this, like, oh, this, like, pretend I'm an alligator, right? Like, and he just like the zookeeper's there, and as the tanks are rolling by, Saturn goes, and the zookeeper was like, I've never seen an alligator in such a state of distress. And he realized they figured out what's happening. He's suffering from PTSD. The sounds of the Russian tanks rolling by the Moscow Zoo reminds him of the sounds of the Russian tanks rolling past him in the Berlin Zoo when all of his 10,000 Nazi animal friends were getting killed by the thousands when he was the only one of 50 survivors. He was this goddamn fucking alligator. And I met him. He didn't open his eyes when
An 80-year-old crocodile.
I didn't. He
the
didn't.
state that you met him in was quite bad. When we went there, we were like looking at all the crocodiles.
Okay.
And all of the crocodiles were like, oh yeah, okay, that's a Thai crocodile. Hi, you're from our hometown. And then we go and we're like, where's Saturn? Where's Saturn? And then there's this decrepit, skinny, malnourished
The moment I saw it, I knew it was him.
crocodile. It was so inhumane.
I could tell because of how sad it looked.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure it didn't have a name tag.
This looks like an animal who has attempted 3 suicide attempts. That took 3 years, because that's how long a suicide attempt takes for a goddamn crocodile.
For a crocodile.
And it's a fucking alligator. Give it some respect.
I think the person who threw the concrete knew. He knew. He was like, this crocodile is suffering.
Yeah, it's like if it looked into its eye, it's like, I get you, brother. You want the quick one. You want the cold embrace, and I got you. Coming right up.
He wants to be with his wife.
Yeah. So talking about that zoo, we went to the zoo at the Moscow Zoo. We did not see a single employee except for
It was so hard to find his enclosure.
we didn't find there was the ticket lady, and once we went in, the only park employees we saw was a lady who sold me a corn dog. And it was a very nice corn dog. It's like, wow, I'm in Moscow. I should have a fucking corn dog. And they just sell corn dog in a zoo because I feel like that's just what you're supposed to have in a zoo, I guess. And of course we had proper Russian food when we were there too, but I was just like,
Did we have a corn dog?
yeah, I had a corn dog. Did I not have a corn dog?
Did I have a corn dog?
you either had a corn dog. The other option was a sausage on a stick, which is basically the corn
I
dog
don't remember having a
without
corn dog. I would have loved to have a corn
corn
dog. I
covered.
think you might have just had the corn dog and I had a drink
Yeah, I think so.
of like water.
You never eat shit.
Yeah, I think I was on. Oh, I had my braces.
Oh yeah, that's why I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then what else was there? There was yeah, there was not a single park employee. The other 3 employees we saw were people who were constructing, or no, they were just deconstructing a metal fence. They were just cutting down a metal fence. For like, and I couldn't see any reason why they would be cutting down this metal fence, but that's what they was doing. And what was it? And no, you know, they were using the saw. No protective eye gear, of course. But who needs it? The strength of their eyes will just withstand the sparks. And yeah, no, not a single employee. It was pretty much just a lead yourself around. Don't even get me started about that poor polar bear.
Oh no!
you know that polar bear.
No.
Because remember I told you that, unfortunately, I lost most of the photos and videos I took. They're still on a phone,
yeah,
but the phone's
Lost
broken.
your
I can't access this shit on the phone.
That's why like I do use the cloud now.
Yeah. Yeah, you trust the cloud, bitch. You trust Steve Jobs. He's actually the cloud, you know that? He didn't die. They uploaded his brain up there.
We're historians. We don't care about privacy.
You know, Steve Jobs is in
Personal
the
privacy doesn't matter. You know what, as historians, you do is you invade people's personal privacies. You read their diaries. You read their journals. Yeah?
Yeah, but everyone writes a
That's
journal.
what-
Everyone
that's
writes a
the new
journal
thing.
expecting it to be
500
read.
years.
Everyone writes a
They're
journal.
gonna see my cloud and they're gonna see my 50,000 selfies I take, and they're gonna be like, "This is how millennials lived."
Yeah, and they'll be like, there's a certain subsect of men who seem to live their entire lives with their eyes covered with these strange devices.
Is that the Oculus?
No. I'm talking about sunglasses.
Oh, where are mine?
Saturn is a really cool reptile. He's been around for a very long while. Used to get petted by Hitler. He called Saturn his favorite critter. He was happy in a squeaky clean zoo until some tanks came marching on through. 1,000-pound bombs start raining down on his little friends all over town. Bombs, bottles, concrete blocks, tanks, trunks, and kids with rocks. He had a wife and then she died. He even tried to commit suicide. They all tried to kill you, you survived. Had to fight just to be alive. Nothing can stop this cold-blooded reaper. Saturn, my favorite lizard creature.